Hi Leo, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your February 2021 tarot reading. Thank you to those of you who liked, viewed, shared, subscribed, and donated to the channel. I appreciate all of that. As far as personal readings go, if you're interested in booking one of those with me, just check the description video for more details there. As far as what we have in front of us, it's a Celtic cross spread as always, and once we get through that, we'll actually take a look at an Oracle card and a Mudra card I pulled for you guys as well, but we're actually going to start the reading by rolling those astrology dice you see in front of you, just to give us an idea of where areas of focus should be as far as that goes. All right, so we'll get started with that. Okay, so we got Scorpio. So for you guys, that's your fourth house. There might be some focus around that area of life for you guys. We also have 7, so your 7th house of relationships, and I mean that's Aquarius for you guys, and partnerships as well, I should mention, but tons of energy there all February. Obviously you have Jupiter and Saturn already there. Venus is going to be there for a good part of the month. You're going to have Mercury retrograde in there, obviously the Sun in there, so plenty of energy going on in your 7th house. That makes sense that would come up. And we also have Pluto. So Pluto was actually in Capricorn, which for you guys is your 6th house. So there could be some focus around work, daily routine, health. All right, so we'll keep those in mind as we go through the main spread. In the main situation position, we have the Page of Wands and the 8 of Cups. So for some of you, I feel like this is really pointing to you guys moving away from a situation, possibly an intimate connection that you guys have been involved in. That's why I get with the 8 of Cups, and given that this is Pisces energy for you guys, that represents your 8th house. So this could definitely be more of an intimate connection. Now, whether it was a committed partnership or just more of like a friends with benefits thing, I'm not 100% sure. It could go either way there. But it just looks like you guys are ready to finally move on from that. Maybe you've been hesitating on doing so, but it looks like this might be the month where you guys actually finally take that action to leave it behind. And as far as reasoning, it could just be saying that you're looking for something a little more fulfilling. Can be around investments for some of you as well, but I'm picking up on more of a relationship vibe there. In the challenge or obstacle position, we have the 2 of Cups. So for some of you, this could be saying that given that this is in the challenge position, maybe you've been hesitant to leave the connection behind because you didn't want to start over from scratch. So, whether it's a connection, like I said, romantic connection, some kind of investments you're dealing with, the work situation, whatever the case may be, looks like that could have been really where you were most hesitant on doing it. Because given that those are 8 cups, right, it looks like it at least shows that there was some amount of time spent in this connection, and it could just be saying that, all right, you might have been a bit hesitant because you're like, all right, yeah, maybe I'm not totally fulfilled here, but if I leave it behind, I'm going to have to start from scratch. You might have just been going back and forth with yourselves about what to do in that situation. In the foundation position, we have the Tower, the 10 of Swords, which is Gemini energy, and the 8 of Swords, also Gemini energy. So, seeing the Tower and the foundation makes me think about the fact that, we haven't had the Leo full moon yet at the time I'm recording this. I'm recording this a little bit past the midpoint of January, so we still have a little ways to go before that full moon. But I'm really seeing that as probably the timeline where this Tower moment's going to happen for the majority of you, just because that full moon in Leo is actually pretty intense. It has a lot of opposition and square energy going on with it, so in my opinion, well, I haven't looked at all of the full moons of this year, but that's definitely one of the more intense full moons that I could remember in recent memory anyway. So that could definitely point to the Tower moment there, given that that is a full moon in your sign. And if that's the case, again, I feel like it's saying that, maybe for some of you, even if you have kind of felt deep down that something needed to go, but you've just been reluctant to do it, that Tower moment might actually come along to take it from your lives if it's saying that, you guys have just been in a position where you've kind of known deep down that it should have been ended already. But like I said, maybe you're just fearful of starting over, so you might have been staying with it. The Tower moment might actually come along to take it away. See if anything else comes to mind with this. And I do have to point out, for some of you, this could definitely be more of a friendship dynamic than a romantic connection, just because Gemini energy for you guys represents your friendships, groups, so it doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. In the past position, we have the Hanged Man. So again, I'm getting that vibe here where you guys have been giving the situation some thought, right? But like I said, maybe when it came time to actually take action on it, you might have just been a little bit hesitant. So, you might have been looking for reasons, maybe doing a cost benefit analysis, like, okay, these are the reasons why I should stay, right? These are the reasons why I should leave. This is what happens if I stay versus this is what happens when I leave. And for you guys, that would make sense as far as, a few weeks back we had a full moon in Cancer, which is your 12th house. And for me, this is Pisces energy. So that might have been when you guys are really giving it a lot of thought. Like, okay, should I do this? Should I not? Right after the holiday season, basically. Might have been when you started thinking about this. All right. In the present position, we have the Three of Wands, which is Aries energy, and the Knight of Pentacles, which is Virgo energy. So for some of you, I could see this playing out a couple different ways too. This could just be saying, usually we talk about the Three of Wands as being the waiting for your ships to come in energy, right? Where you've put in a certain amount of work, and now you just wait and let those rewards come your way for the work that you've put in. So with the Knight of Pentacles there, I could definitely see that being the case. Now, the thing with the Knight of Pentacles showing up, though, could just be saying that the rewards might be on their way, but you have to be a little bit patient because the Knight of Pentacles is the slowest moving of the Knights. This is Virgo energy as well. So it might even be saying for some of you that it might take until that full moon in Virgo where you could actually see some concrete, evidence of that progress, which would be toward the very end of February. And let me see what else comes to mind with this. It could just be saying too, for some of you, it might have been where it was one of these situations where you might have been just kind of waiting for the right situation to fall in your lap in a way. You know what I mean? And now you're snapping out of that with that Page of Wands energy and realizing that, okay, I'm actually going to have to, take action and go toward the thing that I want. So that could be what's happening for at least some of you. In the near future position, we have the Four of Swords in reverse. So this is Libra energy here, and it involves communication. And there's going to be that Mercury retrograde, of course, in your opposite sign in February. So there's that. But I could see this playing out a couple of different ways. For some of you, this could just be saying that you've gone through a healing process, or at least in the near future, you'll be done with that healing process. But for others of you, I'd see it as more of a cautionary thing, which is to say, you might need to actually take a beat and give yourself a little bit of time to heal from a situation. For the majority of you, though, I think that this is pointing to you actually doing the healing that was required. Could just be saying, given that Libra is your third house communication, that you might just need to talk it out, if not directly with the person involved, maybe a close friend, someone you truly trust, something along those lines. And in the position of your influence in the situation, we have the Star card. So this leads me to believe that for the majority of you, this does represent that you actually have taken the time and you have done the healing, or at least you'll feel like you get there in the near future. Because to me, this is, of course, the card that comes after the Tower. Tower is 16, the Star is 17. So to me, that represents that course correction, where, okay, any type of illusions you might have had around the situation get shattered, but then that puts you back on the right path. It's a bit of a course correction. So to see this showing up in your influence, it looks like you guys have done the necessary healing, which is definitely a positive sign. Of course, this is Aquarius energy too, and that's your opposite sign. And given that we did see 7, showing that 7th house matters would be significant for you guys this month, could just be saying that that's where a lot of your focus is too. So maybe just for some of you, let's say, given that that's the Page of Wands, maybe it might have even been you guys who are more about the casual connections. Maybe you guys were the ones who didn't really want to take anything further. You were just treating things more casually. Maybe now your perspective is shifting to where you're actually looking for something more serious. That's another way I could see these energies playing out. All right, in the environment position, we have the World. So another great card to see here, because to me this shows that whatever this Tower moment was, it's something that you actually needed to go through. And not only that, the universe is neutral, so it'll put you through the same lesson over and over again if you don't integrate it. But for me to see the world come up in the upright here shows me that whatever this was, it looks like you finally would have learned the lesson, which I kind of got that feeling with the star card as well, so you won't need to repeat that lesson again. So whatever this was, it looks like you're actually handling it in the right way, or you will, I should say, for those of you if it hasn't happened yet. This represents cycles of completion. I also view it as a North Node energy sometimes too. So this could definitely be for some of you, like I said, a friendship or maybe a group that you were associating with that maybe you've outgrown them, but you've just been reluctant to leave that group behind. Let's see what else comes to mind with this. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And of course, this can represent someone in your environment as well. So, I mean, it's at least within the realm of possibility that maybe this was a situation where both of you needed to go through a type of situation like this to really see things more realistically and maybe rebuild them from the ground up. All right. In the hopes or fears position, we have the Queen of Cups. So really, for some of you, I feel like this is more pointing to you guys probably hoping to be able to open up more. So maybe it is a bit of a struggle for you in some way, and if that's the case, given what I was seeing here, like I said, it looks like you guys are going through some healing that should be coming up pretty soon. The reason why I say I feel like it's more of you wanting to be able to open up is because this is the one cup in that suit where the cup is actually closed off and she's right by the water. So it's like maybe that desire to open up, but you've just been reluctant to do so for whatever reason. Maybe because of some past situation that you hadn't healed from, but that's what I see there. And in the outcome position, seriously, there we go. In the outcome position, we have the Justice card. So whatever the case may be, it looks like there definitely will be some balance restored. Again, this is Libra energy, which is your third house communication. So it could just be saying that there might need to be some discussions had in order to get there. But either way, it looks like you're definitely going to get there. These are some pretty heavily supportive energies as far as the major arcana card that you guys have. So whatever the situation does involve, I feel like it will definitely work out in a positive manner. Like I said, it could just be one of those things where that full moon, right before we officially get to February in your sign, which is super intense, could just bring some things to light that maybe, you hadn't been paying attention to before, and then it's just a matter of restoring the balance there. And like I said, we're going to have that Mercury retrograde in the opposite sign too, so you could be revisiting romantic relationships and partnerships of all kinds, contracts, you name it. So that's what I see there. And then at the bottom of the deck, we do have the moon. So another indicator that for me, that I'm seeing that full moon in your sign is going to be significant. And then, of course, we could also pay attention to that new moon in Aquarius, which is going to have plenty of energy going on in that sign, which is your opposite sign. And then also the full moon in Virgo toward the very end of the month. All right, so moving on to the Oracle card, you guys got Serendipity. There's the artwork, and the number is 18. All right, so given that the moon card is also 18, I would say definitely that's another indicator to pay heavy attention to the major lunar cycles, and we just mentioned them, so won't repeat myself there. But okay, it says opportunity allied with readiness, the awareness of synchronicity, luck and good fortune appearing as signs and symbols, a magical alignment of events. The Oracle's message: you've stepped into alignment with the greater good, where your dreams and the collective dream resonate in exquisite harmony. Now is the time for luck and preparation to meet and create miracles that you could never have planned all by yourself. Keep in mind that you are a channel for providence right now, as a higher energy uses you as a force on behalf of the whole world. Your fortune becomes everyone's fortune. Everything you bring into being now will leave a wondrous legacy for others in the future. Your service to the world is being supported at this time. Expect the unexpected, and smile, for Spirit loves you so very much. So definitely a pretty positive message there, and that's another indicator, like I said, even if you guys do go through a bit of a harsh tower moment, given that isn't a foundation, these healing energies I see with those major arcana there should definitely help you guys get back on track fairly quickly. All right, the relationship message says Spirit has a plan, and that plan is to place you in front of the right person at the right time. You have met or are about to meet someone vitally important to your journey, someone Spirit wants to bring into your life. Only divine forces can plan this meeting. It is out of your hands. Pay attention to the signs Spirit presents. So definitely an interesting message there too, as far as for those of you who maybe, like I said, if you have been in a connection that's been past its expiration date, but you've had that fear of starting over, that could be what that Two of Cups in the challenge position is saying in that regard. It's like, there's this connection that's pretty much waiting for you, but you need to actually leave the old behind before that can come. And like I said, with that Tower moment, for some of you, it might just actually happen anyway. But hopefully that resonated. All right, the prosperity message says you are in the right place at the right time. Be grateful, for the stars are aligned in your favor and fortune is smiling on you. Victory and success are yours. The choices you have made in the past have prepared you for the opportunities now before you. This is your lucky moment. The timing is perfect. So definitely a pretty positive message there too. And again, I could see that as far as the star showing up in your position, the world, and the justice card. So definitely seems to line up there. So hopefully that resonated. And finally, we have a Mudra card for you guys. So the Mudra you guys got for this month is the Apana Mudra. The keyword for it is release. So already sounds like it could be beneficial, but there's the info on it there if you want to pause it or take a screenshot. But under benefits, it says general detoxifying effect on the body, improves elimination, reduces constipation, benefits the urinary bladder and uterus, regulates menstruation, clarifies the skin. So if that sounds like something you think would be beneficial for you guys, I will put the name of the Mudra in the description of the video as always. We'll wrap up there and I'll see you guys next month. All right, bye.